Okay, so we are skipping the first directions there on your tutorial. And the reason we're doing that is because you are not assigned to a page, and instead we're going to make what's called a practice page. So you're going to go to Create, and you're going to go to Page Designer. And from Page Designer, we're going to start our tutorial here. But before we start our tutorial here, we are going to go up to File and then go to New Practice Page. What is the name for your practice page? Have the practice page be your name and then the number 1, because we're going to do 2 practices before we do our real page, and this will be the first one. And obviously the second one will label your name and then 2. So go ahead and save that. Okay. So now you can start work on this practice page, but let me show you how to get back to this practice page, because once you start your work today, if you stop and want to pick it up at home or tomorrow, you're going to need to know how to get back to the practice page. So I'm going to go and click on the Jostens. So I go back to the dashboard, and then I'm going to pretend, okay, I got home. Now I want to go work on my practice page. So now Create, I think I could get there a couple different ways, but I'm going to go back to Page Designer. And then once Page Designer comes up, over on the right-hand side, I'm going to go to Designs. And I'm going to, where it says Ambition, I'm going to push the down arrow, and there's a lot of choices. And one of the choices is going to be Practice Pages. Now, you can search the practice pages by your name because you titled it with your name and your number. So Gaston 1, search. Okay, there it is. I can click on the little I and hit Edit, and that will take me back to my practice page. Now, let me just tell you this. Yearbook Avenue does not automatically save. So anything you do need to push File, Save. Once you've saved it as a practice page once, that's it. Now I just hit save after this. If I hit save it as a practice page, I think that would generate a second practice page. So File, just save. So that is how to get to your practice page. Now we also want to set up, I'm looking at the directions now, and it says right click on the ruler at the top of the page and select Create 12 columns. So here's the ruler. And I'm going to right click by hitting both of my fingers on the trackpad. And then I'm going to go down here, Create 12 columns. This is creating these green lines. So anything I set up, I'm going to align it right to the green lines. The directions here say, do the same for the ruler at the left. So I'm going over to the ruler at the left, anywhere, clicking both of my fingers on the trackpad to double click, and then create 12 rows. Now I have a lot of boxes, but now I can put things really in a nice alignment. I'm looking back at the directions, and it says at the top under the View menu, select Hide Grid Lines. So going back to the top, View, Hide Grid Lines, View, Show Grid Lines. Those grid lines show you the picas. This measurement here is one of these little boxes is a pica. 6 picas is an inch. Over here on the top right, you can, if you're working on something, you might want to see it a little bit bigger. So you could zoom in to 200%. Oftentimes we're working at the book really zoomed away, but it's a good idea when we're working on packages to view them a little bit closer. If you want to see what size the page would really be, you click 100%, and that's the actual size that the page would be. So that is what you need to do for step 1 of your tutorial, is make your practice page, save it, put your lines, and then go ahead and hide your picas.